The church bells rang. The guests stood. A beautiful black woman, Anita, walked down the aisle in a stunning white wedding dress. Her smile could light up the whole world. Her groom, David, stood at the altar in a sharp black tuxedo, eyes full of love. They said their vows. They kissed. Everyone clapped. It was the perfect wedding. Anita and David's love story was like a dream. They met at university. David was handsome, smart, and from a rich family. Anita was beautiful, kind, and hardworking. She grew up poor, but she never let that stop her. Together they were perfect. But David had a secret. Before he proposed to Anita, he made a mistake. He slept with a girl named Mariam. Mariam was poor and quiet. She worked in David's father's house as a cleaner. She never told anyone, but after a few months, her belly grew. She was pregnant with David's child. The night before the wedding, Mariam wrote a letter to David. She didn't want to destroy his life, but she wanted him to know the truth. "I am not asking for anything," she wrote. "I just want you to know your child is coming." David read the letter alone in his car. He felt fear, shame, and guilt. But the wedding was the next day. His family had spent so much money. Anita loved him so much. He couldn't break her heart now. Anita and David moved into a beautiful home. They traveled. They posted romantic photos. Everyone on social media called them couple goals. But David was not at peace. 6 months later, Mariam gave birth to a baby girl. She named her Hope. Hope had David's eyes. Mariam struggled to feed her child. She had no job, no help, and no money. Still, she refused to beg. One evening, Anita found the letter. David had hidden it in his desk, but she saw it by accident. Her heart dropped. She read every word. Tears filled her eyes. She couldn't believe it. Anita waited for David to come home. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just looked at him and said, "Is it true?" David fell to his knees. "I'm sorry. It happened before us. I didn't know what to do." Anita needed time. She stayed with her mother for a week. She prayed. She cried. Then she made a choice. "I will not leave you," she told David, "but we must make things right." Anita and David went to Mariam's small room. She was surprised to see them. Anita spoke first. "I'm sorry you went through this alone. Your child is my husband's blood. We will support her." David agreed to be part of Hope's life. They helped Mariam find a better home, and gave her a job. It wasn't easy. People judged. Gossip spread. But Anita stood strong. People on social media called Anita foolish, but others called her strong. She said, "Love is not just romance. Love is responsibility, truth, and healing." The story was shared online. A woman who didn't walk away, a man who faced his past, and a poor girl who raised her head high. It inspired many. It started hard conversations. It went viral. A year later, David and Anita renewed their vows. This time, Hope was there, smiling in a tiny dress. Mariam stood beside her, not a secret anymore but family. Anita remembered their first meeting in the library. David had helped her carry her books. That moment had started everything. While Anita stayed at her mother's house, her mother held her as she cried and said, "Strong women are not the ones who never hurt. They are the ones who choose to heal." David couldn't sleep. He kept replaying his mistake. He knew he had to become a better man, not just for Anita, but for Hope too. Mariam, though shy, stood tall when the news spread. She refused to hide. She said, "I am not ashamed of my child. She is a blessing." One afternoon, Hope laughed for the first time in David's arms. Something shifted in his heart. He knew he had to be a good father. Blogs, tweets, and comments flew everywhere. Some judged. Some praised. But everyone watched. And everyone had something to say. At the renewed wedding, Anita looked at Hope, then at Mariam, and then at David. She smiled. This is not how I imagined our story, but it's real. And it's ours.